this, which I had started. I only done half in the time-lapse because obviously it's just a duplicate on the other side. But I also wanted to show you how I build these, because I do use a mod called Litematica, which is basically a build or something you do in creative mode, or you can just take it from another world. You can then like have an outline of the blocks, which you then know what blocks to place where. For example, these are not actually here, these are transparent blocks, it's just telling me that these blocks need to be here. And that is why in the time-lapse you see me kind of stuttering when placing blocks. It's because I'm looking to make sure I'm placing the right block in the right place. So now let's build this, because I did just want to show you how I do it. Because I've had a few people say that the time-lapses look like I've got the build there, which I have. This is also part 2 of the actual, what is it called, mega base, at least for our storage system. But I have plans, or I have changed my mind on the plans. I have decided to rip a lot of this out. I haven't done it yet because it's not going to be easy, especially with that right there. And I think I'm going to start digging a big massive hole going down to bedrock. And then I think I'm going to start having the farms in the ground. Because then this, I don't have to build as tall as I originally planned to. This was meant to cover everything here. But if I actually move all of this down, that'll be then be a lot less work. And then that means we can basically hide a lot of this underground. So that's going to be something I start doing. I don't know when. Obviously, I have to dig the hole first. And that is not going to be easy because it's got to go from like there to the other side, and then however many blocks I want to do it that way. So it's like, I think this is about 50-ish blocks. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that. I don't know when, because that's going to take absolutely ages, and I don't exactly know how big I want the hole to be yet. I just want this building to cover the hole, so the hole can't be seen unless you go down. Which, as you can see, the building from that side to that side does it. I just haven't planned out the sides or the back yet. So the front here is covered, but the building I had didn't actually cover that. It covered up to, I think, 3 blocks above that TNT tuber up there. So that would have still been visible. I did have a plan to build like a ghast or something up there as like a center point. But I just think moving everything into the ground is going to be a lot better. Anyway, let me now get to finishing this warden portal. And how does this actually go? I just slept and it's now raining. So sadly I can't get rid of the rain. So let's now, I just got rid of the stairs. There they are. Let's now put that there. And this is just a very tedious because it's a lot of stairs. But this is actually going to be our portal for the actual, that is saying it's wrong. Why is that? Okay, it's because that's a slab, not a stair. But yeah, this is going to be our portal for the actual like farming industrial area. Our portal for our base is obviously over there in that sort of direction. I hope this doesn't link with the actual shulker farm over there. I don't believe it will because it is like quite a bit away. But sometimes Minecraft can be quirky, so I have no clue. And they are saying they are wrong. I think it's, yeah, because they're placed from the bottom. So that's enough for the Litematica tutorial, as this isn't meant to be one. I just wanted to show you how I build the builds, as I think a lot of the builds are actually schematics that I've pasted in. That over there is the actual warden starter bases, this front piece was, and even a lot of these farms were, just because it's a lot easier to follow something when you have the blocks you need there, rather than, is that got to go there? It has, rather than just like looking at another screen for a tutorial or keep tabbing out to look at it. So I definitely recommend using Litematica if you obviously can run mods. And finally, it is now done. Them red blocks are there because I used slabs in the creative build. No clue why. I did, but they are correct. One thing I do quickly want to mention, if you do use Litematica, be careful. I walked on this earlier thinking that it was walkable on, but this bit is, but these bits, as you can see, you fall straight through because there's not actually blocks there. I can now actually turn the schematic placement off so we can see what we are looking at without having the holograms there and the invisible blocks. So let's now quickly just get a look from the front and see what it looks like. Yes, it actually looks really good. Now, one thing to mention, I haven't obviously lit the portal, which is something I need to do. But I think it looks good. Here we're going to have like a load of flowers, some leaf piles and stuff like that. The same on the other side. And then originally this is where the actual build was meant to start. It was meant to be, or it is going to be, like a huge spooky wardenified, if that is even a word, it don't sound like it. But we're going to use it. It's going to be a wardenified mansion, which is basically just a mansion covered in skulk and warden related things. Flying over this, it actually looks really cool as well. But in the last video, we actually removed the bee farm down here. I don't know where my LA's gone. I left that open, so the LA's probably gotten out. To obviously build the sheep farm, which has been working really well. I haven't actually built this side yet, so we need to obviously get the redstone working for that. But what is this? This is actually, okay, that's our mangrove farm. Somewhere here, right here, yes, is a chest with all of our bees nests. And because of the mod we are using, I think it's actually mini huts. It tells us how many beans are in it, and also how many beans? Did I just say how many beans are in it? I mean how many bees are in it. And also the honey level. So that has 3 bees, that has 0, that has 1, that has 1, and that has 2. So we can actually breed up the bees a bit. But the reason I actually need these is because I need a lot of honeycomb to actually build the bee sanctuary, because we are using, it's going to be technically the same as this, but the actual stripped logs here are going to be replaced with beehives or bees nests. No, beehives, the oak looking versions of these. And that's basically where the bees are going to go in. And then underneath all of these, we're going to have obviously the redstone for the farm. So it's going to be, the build is basically the farm as well. I think that's going to be good. And then we can maybe have some bees nests hanging from chains or something inside, just to give it a bit more decoration. So we obviously don't have the bee or the honeycomb to make them yet. So we're going to be using just temporary blocks as the bottom for now. So this is going to require a lot of digging. And I think I need to actually remove like this whole hill eventually. So just digging it, however, at the moment don't really matter. There isn't also going to be a lot of filling in of blocks, because I actually need to fill in pretty much all this hole. This was a cave, I think, that didn't actually go anywhere. And we now need to fill it in. That's one thing I don't actually like about Minecraft Generation in 1.18. There are caves absolutely everywhere, and a lot of them are just like cracks in the ground that are completely pointless, and it just makes Minecraft Generation look a bit worse. Although actual Generation as a whole was made better, just finding little things like this, it's annoying. I'm still not sure what's happened to the moon. It, as you can see, is like partly a warden's face. We'll cover that maybe in a future video. At the current point in time, it's not affecting us. So maybe next episode we'll look at what's going on with that. But let's now head back. I just quickly obviously went and slept. I have obviously built the outline of it and just started to carve back the terrain, just to obviously get rid of it. Now, you skeleton shall die. Let's get rid of you. So this is obviously how big it's going to be. I obviously need to just get rid of all of this here as well. But that's just obviously going to be a lot of digging. I don't think there's any terraforming that needs to be done. I think if I just remove it, it shouldn't actually affect much. Yeah, as you can see around here, it's obviously just a little bit of a hill. Maybe something here might need doing. Let's quickly just load it. Yeah, I believe it is. So if I quickly maybe align this one, which I can do just by obviously clicking these buttons. If I align this with this one, I can then just use that as like the template of where the glass needs to go, which will obviously be a lot easier. So let's move that back. That needs to go down one. And then it just needs to go over to there. I believe, yeah, that's now lined up properly. So that is where it goes. Now I know obviously just to put the glass where the glass is on this. So now let's go and grab all the glass we have. Well, I have been working on the beehives a little bit. As you can see, I've got the main ones that we're going to be using for the actual farm. There's going to be these 7, them 7, and them 7. These other ones are still going to be these bee nests, but they're just going to be here for decoration. They're not actually going to have bees in them. Once all of these are full with bees, I will stop breeding them. I don't know if bees change hives. I don't think they do. I think once they're like got a hive set, they won't change it unless that one is destroyed. but I'm not too sure. So as you can see, I've got them all up, and a lot of them are full, but there are a few more that I still need to breed. There's 2 on this side, 4 on this side, and I'm pretty sure some of these do have bees in them. All I have to do is wait for it to become nighttime, because then all bees go in at night, and then just break them all and check the bee count. I also finished the glass, and I just put a skulk roof on it for now. The skulk roof won't stay, it's just temporary, and I did also build 2 more custom trees outside. I don't know if they're going to stay as well, I'm not too sure yet, but I think it looks good for now. I have a plan to build 1 more of these. Obviously, there's going to be 1 built over the actual goats, and then I have plans to build 1 more in this sort of area for our actual frogs. So if I quickly just head down here, we have a few frogs down here that I would like to put over there. The actual mushrooms and the skeleton horses, I think I'm going to build a barn for. Maybe at the back there, or it could maybe go somewhere over there. First thing I want to do is quickly harvest all these. If you're wondering why they're not getting angry, it's because there's actually campfires underneath them, which obviously causes them to stay passive. And if I quickly harvest all this, there's going to be a lot of honeycomb. I'm pretty sure this should actually be enough to complete the farm. A lot of it is popping out on the outside, so I'm now going to have to go through and collect it all. So I've just counted it, and I need 22 more beehives. We can currently make 21. So is it beehives and bees nests? It's one of the 2, I'm not too sure. We actually only need 3 more honeycomb, which is any of these to actually turn once more. I can't place these down just yet because obviously we want to make sure all of these ones are full first, and I think that is where I'm going to end this video. Let's quickly just sleep so you guys can see all the actual bees popping out of the hives, because normally as soon as it turns morning, yeah, as you can see, a lot of the bees come out to get pollen. But anyway, that is where I'm going to end this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Off camera, I am going to be slowly breeding these up to fill up all of these hives. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.